what is God in my understanding, and why is He present everywhere, and from all perspectives, the scientific perspective as well as the scriptural perspective. God is all-pervading energy. Who is God? The Creator who has created this creation, which is perceived by all of us in one way or the other, is God. Is He present everywhere? I repeat, is the Creator present everywhere? The answer to this question is a simple yes. He is all-pervading. He is present everywhere. Is He present as all-pervading energy? The answer to this question also is a simple yes. He is present everywhere as energy. Can I support these statements with proof, scientific proof? Yes. The statements will be supported here below with absolute scientific proof, drawing on to the knowledge we possess of school-level physics and mathematics. The additional beauty of this technical paper is that it will draw on the spiritual knowledge of the East as enunciated in the Vedas and Guru Granth Sahib, and using the same common scientific knowledge as well as school-level physics and mathematics to reach the same conclusion that God is all-pervading energy. Visible creation. Our visible creation is full of form. We are in a creation occupying space and time. How do we know that? Our teachers taught us in school. They told us we see in 3 dimensions of space. The dimensions are length, breadth, and height. Why do we see in 3 dimensions of space? Again, the school teachers told us, since we have 2 eyes, slightly spaced from each other, we see in 3 dimensions of space. They told us, if we keep one eye closed, we actually see in only 2 dimensions of space. We checked it out and knew it was true. We were also taught the concept of time. We live in time, they said. Was it natural time or artificial time? Was that time inside us or outside us? It was an artificially created time. This time was running outside of us. Time created by man to make this creation of ours orderly and systematic. Man devised instruments for measuring both space and time, like the measuring tapes and time clocks. Therefore, our visible creation is one of form and running in artificial time. We call it the space-time creation of form. Space and time are studied in physics. We all know physics is the study of the physical creation in an orderly or systematic manner of all facts pertaining to it. These facts are placed in a logical, structured manner using mathematics to easily understand the truth of our physical creation. We will go a bit deeper now to have a better understanding. Mapping matter. This whole creation, therefore, is 4-dimensional, made of 3 dimensions of space, length, breadth, and height, and 1 dimension of time. This entire creation is made up of matter. Each piece of matter has 3 dimensions of length, breadth, and height. Each piece of matter changes with time, as we all know that no matter is ever permanent. If we plot these 4 dimensions of space and time for the entire matter in creation on a graph paper, we will have a mapping of each piece of matter on paper in the creation. Matter is energy. Energy is matter in motion, or having the inherent ability to generate motion. Therefore, all forms of energy are associated with motion. Matter in motion is called kinetic energy. Some examples are a speeding car, a revolving planet, or a shooting star. Other form of energy is potential energy, when matter has the internal ability to cause motion. Some examples could be the satellite up above the earth, a dam holding water, a skier at the top of a hill. So the entire creation of matter is connected to a combination of kinetic energy and potential energy. A nuclear bomb lying at a place has only potential energy. If it is being dropped from a plane, it will have both potential and kinetic energies. Energies like heat, chemical, human energy all fall into the combination of kinetic and potential energies. Why is it so? Because we live in a creation of space and time, where everything moves and everything is placed relative to one another. Therefore, all matter, irrespective of wherever it is placed in the creation and whether moving or stationary, has energy. The energy could be kinetic or potential, or a combination of the two. The graph paper above, where we have a plot of all the matter in the creation, the points where the matter is plotted is actually energy points. All matter is energy. Waves as energy. What about the point in space where there is no matter? Let me tell you that there is no absolute vacuum in space. All points in space have some matter or subatomic particle or wave. Say for instance, light. Light behaves both as a particle and a wave. Light is actually energy. It is, as per physics, an electromagnetic wave, but it also behaves as a particle called photon. At subatomic levels, we have dual nature of existence. Subatomic particles also behave as waves. Gravity too behaves as a wave and occupies the whole creation. There is no empty space in the creation. There is no space which can be called absolute vacuum. Therefore, the mapping of all the matter of the creation on the graph paper has no single point in space-time which has no energy. This whole creation has either matter or subatomic particles or waves, and both have energy. So science view number one. We have proved, taken common scientific knowledge and school level physics and mathematics, that the whole creation is pervaded with energy. No point in space-time is without energy. God, the creator of the creation, therefore exists in this creation as all pervading energy. Guru Nanak. Now let us look at God from the perspective of the scriptures from the East. We will see first what the Guru Granth Sahib says about God as experienced by Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak had travelled extensively in India and the Islamic countries of West Asia for nearly 20 years. His understanding of God was that the Creator is a formless one. He called it Nirankar, which means without form. He also called God as Omkar, having the sound of Om. Om, as per Hindu scriptures, means the Creator who has no form. Immediately after obtaining enlightenment, Nanak wrote the Mool Mantra, which describes God, and the Sikhs recite it religiously to imbibe the true meaning of God. Let us read it with reverence as it is given below. Ek Onkar, Sat Nam, Kartar Purakh, Nirbhav, Nirbhay, Akal Murat, Ajuni Saiban, Guru Prasad, Jap, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhi Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach. Guru Nanak describes God in this Mool Mantra. He describes him like this: there is only one God who is formless. Truth is his name. He alone is the doer. He is fearless. He has no enmity towards anyone. He is eternal, beyond time. He is not born of the mother's womb. He is self-existing. All this can only be understood if there is grace of the Guru towards his disciple. Recite, he says, that this has been eternally true, will ever be true, and is true today. And Nanak further says, this will remain true. Formless point. What does formless mean? It means there is no shape. That is, the three dimensions of space do not exist. It means God has no length, no breadth, and no height. Therefore, our regular creation of three dimensions of space is shrunk into one of none. No space dimensions exist for him. He is formless. In mathematics, our school teacher will define it as a point. A point has no length, no breadth, and no height. This was taught to us in geometry. Guru Nanak and the science view too. Now the space-time mapping of the creation done on the graph paper, each point there represents the Creator. The creation mapping contains innumerable points to make the whole. This formless Creator has potential energy. That is why it is able to create a creation. Therefore, each point in the space-time mapping on the graph paper represents the Creator as potential energy. Therefore, energy is all pervading, and this energy is actually God. Therefore, once again, using the scriptures, we reach the conclusion that God is all pervading as energy. Purna mantra. The Purna mantra from the Vedas, also called the peace mantras, are recited at the beginning and end of religious discourses. We will see an interesting relation as expounded by the Vedas, which seems to uncannily match with the Big Bang theory of modern science on the origin of the creation. It will also show how the formless version of God and God existing in space-time are connected. Om Purnam Ada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnam Udachayate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Iva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnam in Sanskrit refers to fullness, completeness, or infinity. The verse talks about Om, the formless state of the Creator, and says it will always remain unchanged. Meaning, Om, that is infinite, and this creation is infinite. The infinite creation proceeds from the infinite Om. Then taking the infinitude of the creation out of the infinite Om, the Om remains as infinite alone. Let this Om be in peace, peace, and peace. The Big Bang theory of science regarding the origin of creation points out that there was a Big Bang, and in a split second, temperatures rose to phenomenal levels, and the first stage of this creation appeared. This happened probably about 83 billion years ago. Since then, because of the intensity of the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding and also cooling off with time. It gave rise to the chemical elements first, and then to compounds and large forms of matter. Since that day, the creation has been in a state of motion, with no matter at rest. We were gifted with a creation which is perceived in space-time by man due to the capabilities of his sense organs and perception abilities. The entire creation is interconnected with one another through micro and macro forces. It is an interdependent creation, and all points in this creation are energized. There definitely was a cause to the creation. Some call it the causeless cause. This causeless cause is also addressed as God, as it is only because of Him the creation has come as a result of innumerable effects arising out of that causeless cause. Science, though advanced, has still not been able to say what caused the Big Bang. What was the origin state before the Big Bang? But surprisingly, the Purna mantra seems to have an explanation. It says, from the formless state called Om, the formed creation came. That formless state is just a point in space-time, but is infinite. Out of this Om, even when the infinite creation gets formed, it still has infiniteness within. Then the word peace appears in the last line. It says, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Does it mean when the infinite creation comes out of the formless Om, intense heat is created? Is that why the mantra mentions peace to bring down the heat? Vedas and Science View 3. If God created the creation with a Big Bang, definitely all points in that creation experience the bang. Bang represents energy. Therefore, once again we see, by a mix of scientific theory on origin of creation and our ancient Vedas, that God is present as energy and is omnipresent in His creation. Conclusion. In conclusion, after looking at God and His creation from multiple viewpoints, scientific and scriptural, new and ancient, using school-level physics and mathematics, we can firmly restate that God is all-pervading as energy. Yeah. एक ओंकार सतनाम करतार पुरख निर्भव निर्भय अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैबन गुरु प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच।